Hey, hello everyone. I'm recording this on Tuesday, June 10th, 2025. I may not put it up today. I might wait if I don't get any other ones done later this week. I might put this up to replace that. But this is the June 2025 monthly bonus puzzle. Um, and it's got a title, Family Game Night. It is constructed by Rena Cohen. Is a frequent contributor to the the daily crosswords. This is only, I think, the third monthly bonus that I've done, and should be fairly fun by the title of it. So let's see what happens. Family game night. Let's go. Trifling. Trifling could mean something like insignificant or small. It might be something like mere. I'm not really sure, but I can put that in and then see what happens. Room and clue with a secret passage to the kitchen. Gosh, I do not remember the geography of the rooms in Clue. I'm sure I'll get there eventually. Game pieces in the game of life. Cars? Yeah, they're cars. You drive around in a little car and you put little pegs in for your family as you start to accrue them. An opera solo, probably they're looking for aria here. There's a number of things that could be solos in opera, but arias are the most notable ones, and they're the ones that appear in puzzles. Party game with forbidden words. I guess they're looking for taboo here. Is my guess. Touched down, landed, or touched down. Not sure. Blue suspect in Clue. What is the blue one called? Let's try and get some crosses. Baby's first word, maybe. Mama is a very likely first word. There's a reason for that too. I heard that, read somewhere or heard someone say something about this, that the easiest things other than vowels, the easiest consonants for a baby to produce are simply the closing of the vocalized sound. So if you're thinking about like saying ah and then you just close your mouth, and so that's where that is like most likely come from, and that's why most languages the word for mother is something like that. And then the second most easiest one to produce is by just stopping the sound ba ba ba, like to sort of stop the vocalization and start it again with that kind of little plosive. So that's why the papa or something like that is the word for. Anyway, that's getting a little bit off track here. Okay, says ball while cluing basketball in catchphrase, for instance. So I'm pretty sure that would be not allowed, against the rules, and so in this case I think we're looking for errors and makes a mistake. That would be something that you're not allowed to do. A Scrabble play that opens up a triple word score, for example. So this is, I guess they're looking for something like this is a bad idea or a sort of a bad move or something like that. If you're opening up a triple word score for your opponent, that presumably is giving them a bunch of points. But not sure exactly what we're looking for. The Raven, author for short, Edgar Allan Poe. E.A. Poe, maybe? I've never really seen that put that way in a crossword, but that's cool. Let's keep going. ASAP. Another way of saying as soon as possible might be stat, usually used in a sort of medical setting. That might be what we're after here. Tick blank toe, tic-tac-toe. Naval combat game piece in Axis and Allies. U-boat is going to be my guess. I haven't played Axis and Allies, but a naval combat game piece, that seems like something that might be. So this might be a secret passage to the kitchen. That might be the study. I do recall that's a room in Clue. Oxen connector. You use a yoke to connect oxen together. Oh, it is. Okay. Mrs. Peacock. Okay. A blue suspect in Clue. I did think it was going to be Peacock, but I couldn't remember the. Gobbled up a la Hungry Hungry Hippos. 8. Very good. I like how that some of these clues, the answers actually don't need to be related to board games at all, but they found a way to make them related. Invite to a board game cafe, say like this one. To ask out, you could ask someone out to a board game cafe. It'd be a perfectly fine date idea. Currency that's also a prefix for a style of tabletop game. So I'm guessing we're looking for Euro there, but I didn't know that there is a Euro style of tabletop game. Okay. Blank out, cry at home plate. So I guess the you're out, like you're out, like that. I guess it's sort of a stereotypical umpire lingo. Figure skater Midori. Sounds familiar, but actually the Midori that I'm familiar with is a pianist. Not this one. Okay, role assumed by someone playing Operation. You're playing Doctor in that game, pretending to be a doctor. And character who goes under the tweezers in Operation. Oh, what is the name of the thing that... Oh... I don't remember. I'm sure I'll get it with some crosses. Accused player's defense in Mafia. I think this is an alibi. Yeah. A competitor. Don't know. First square in many board games, the start square. Touchdown. A lit is a way of saying that it touched down, particularly in terms of flying things, planes or sometimes insects. Blank La Vida, Viva La Vida is a hit song by Coldplay. A letter-shaped beam. It's going to be either I think like an I bar or an A bar. A steel beam used in construction. Probably an I bar, but not sure yet. A competitor is a rival. So not a competitor in a competition, but particularly your competitor, someone competing with you, is your rival. Leaning like a precarious Jenga tower. A tilt. So we have a lit up here and a tilt over here, sort of leaning to one side. Valuable card in blackjack. The ace is valuable as it can be either 1 or 11. Risque, like many a card in Cards Against Humanity. Racy, you could say. I'm racy in Cards Against Humanity mostly because of the language. I mean, there's nothing racy you usually think of as in terms of images or imagery, but racy, I think they mean just, I think risque is a better word for it, but anyway, that's fine. Oh, Cavity, what is his name? Cavity Jim or Cavity Ron or something like that. 3 letters, not sure. Take another turn in the game of life. Re-spin, you spin a wheel in the game of life to take turns. Cavity Sam? This is way back in my memory. Not sure. Like a busybody. A busybody is nosy into everyone else's business. 9th letter of the Greek alphabet, I'm guessing now is going to be iota, given that it starts with an I. Parts of twister sets. Mats, the mat that you play on with the 4 different colored dots on them. Blank gobi, aloo gobi. Yeah, so it looks like it has Cavity Sam here. Aloo gobi is it says potato curry dish, which is interesting. Yes, aloo means potato, but gobi is actually cauliflower, which you can have aloo with almost anything, and the distinguishing thing in those dishes is not the potato, but the other vegetable involved. And so I'm surprised that just doesn't say cauliflower curry dish, which would be more not more accurate, but more appropriate. Celebratory cheer, that's worth 9 points in Scrabble. Well, given that the A is worth 1, I think the Y's are each worth 4, so that would be 4 plus 1 plus 4 is 9 points if you played yay in Scrabble, unless you had a triple word score. What did we... Okay, right. Scrabble play that opens up a triple word score. I guess here is going to be a risky move. Just returning to the other Scrabble-related clue here. Company that made Deep Blue the first computer to defeat a world chess champion. This is IBM. Deep Blue, when was this? 1994? I want to say quite early, actually. Beat a world chess champion Garry Kasparov in a tournament or a regulation match. Quite a momentous occasion in the world of chess and the world of computing. Classic board game token replaced by a cat in 2013. This was I think the iron in Monopoly 2013. That sounds about right. I didn't remember that it was replaced by a cat. I did remember that the iron was taken away. Corner chess piece is a rook, the castle, you might call it. starts off in the corner of the board, to both, actually all four corners of the board at the beginning of the game. Tea served with a wide straw. This is boba, or bubble tea, as it's sometimes called. Well, duh, informally, is obvi, or it might be obvs, but given the K here, I'm guessing it's going to be obvi. Dance move after a whip is a nay-nay, according to the song. Reisman, who competed in the 2012 and 2016 Olympic Games, is Ali, and I have to remember that it's spelled with a Y. I keep messing that up. Glitzy for short. I mean, is it just going to be glam? Because that's kind of disappointing, actually. Board game character whose daughters are Princess Lolly and Princess Frostine. I'm going to guess this is Candyland, and I cannot tell you the name of it. Is it just King Candy? Because that would be funny. Let's find out. Like getting a Yahtzee. Exciting. This might not be glam either. We'll see. Squid Game setting. I have no idea. Korea. Oh, it's Korea because that's a Korean show. Gives the go-ahead for okays. Tenerife, por ejemplo, it's a isla, I believe. An isle. Tenerife, I believe, is an island. So then this would be Midori Ito. Great. With age 68 across classic kids card game. Old Maid, I guess, is what this is going to be. Let's see. I mean, I don't know any kids that play Old Maid anymore, but sure. Poker action that could be a bluff. A raise could be a bluff. Yeah. Dungeons and Dragons include a 20-sided one. A 20-sided die is needed to play Dungeons and Dragons, at least in the traditional format. Venue for gladiator games and arena. How long a tabletop game campaign can seem to last? An eon, depending on the game. Yeah, for sure. Helpful furniture when the floor is lava. A sofa is very helpful. It gives you a nice big landing spot. And enthusiast is a fan. Tennis champ Swiatek is Iga Swiatek, who had her 4-year Roland Garros champion streak snapped this year. Sadly, Coco Gauff won Roland Garros this year, which is too bad. The French Open, which just happened this past week. But Iga did make it to the semis. Third letter in the Greek alphabet. I don't know why we're having so many Greek alphabet clues in this, but this is gamma. Alpha, beta, gamma is the third letter. Glass of This American Life, the podcast. This is Ira Glass. Reflector in Laser Maze. I'm guessing is going to be a mirror, which would reflect lasers. Film site with a top 250 rated video games list, starting with I. I'm guessing this is going to be IMDb, the Internet Movie Database. Longtime Patriots quarterback Tom Brady, football player, quarterback. Like Trouble's Pop-O-Matic bubble architecturally. It's a domed, I guess. I guess they're looking for the adjective, domed. Yeah, Pop-O-Matic Trouble was a really fun game from the 80s, 90s, something like that, where you had to, instead of rolling dice, you had a board with a sort of pressured dome, and the dome would have sort of a mechanism at the bottom. When you pressed the dome, it would sort of roll the dice for you. It would shake the dice, like launch the dice up against the dome, and then it would sort of rattle around and settle onto whatever it was. It's an interesting contraption, though. I mean, you could, if that broke for whatever reason, you could always just use regular dice, and the result would be the same. Anyway, ref that defines game as an activity which provides amusement or fun. A ref, they're looking for a reference book here, probably the OED, the Oxford English Dictionary, which defines anything, but in this case, game. Midwest city that hosts Gen Con, the largest tabletop game convention in North America, familiarly. Indy, I think it's Indianapolis, is where Gen Con is. I'm fairly sure. Not following suit in euchre or bridge, for example. Not following suit. I should know this word, but I don't. A resource in Catan, or there's a resource. Mixing up my games in my head right now. Feel like that's probably right. Board game mascot with a top hat and mustache as Mr. Monopoly. I didn't realize that was his name, but it is. I don't know what this is. You are the best. I'm sure I'll get that eventually. Big name in beauty supplies, no idea. Person taking the first turn, player 1, ready player 1. Knock on as a door. Right, see, I would have said rap on, but they have on in the clue, so on won't be in the answers. So rap at, maybe? That's kind of weird, but it's got to be what it is. Blank in the Pants, game that debuted in 1969, Ants in the Pants. I'm guessing. Grouping of competitors in Pictionary, a team, usually play Pictionary in teams. Oh, you are the best. You could say if somebody's doing you a favor. 2ISM, thank you so much. Big name in beauty supplies, I guess this is going to be Ulta. Choosing the same game day after day, say. Something looks wrong here. Ulta, maybe, because this could be in a rut. Choosing the same game day after day in a rut, which would make not following suit in euchre or bridge a no-no. I guess they're including in the definition of not following suit. You have to follow suit unless you don't have, in which case you can cut or trump, or you can play off suit, in which case you don't win. Those are not no-nos. Those are part of the rules, but maybe they're including those options as part of the rule of following suit unless you don't have. Anyway, that's getting pedantic. Worker safety org, probably the occupational, health and safety authority. Health and safety, right? OSA? I thought it was OSHA. Anyway, we'll find out. Weaving machines are looms, fruit of the, for example, or the one that, the princess in Rumpelstiltskin wove at, etc. Arachne from Greek mythology. All wove at looms. Feature of the original Ticket to Ride board. I don't know. Like getting a Yahtzee, lucky. This is going to be King Candy, isn't it? But with a K. Didn't see that coming. Seat in a musical game. Okay, so this is OSHA this way. Occupational standards and safety, health. Maybe it's safety and health. Anyway, this is musical chairs they're looking at. So seat in a musical game is musical chair. Arab nation where Mancala is known as Hawalis. That's so interesting. Mancala is a great, very simple, simple in its construction, but so cool in the strategy of it. It's an African bead game where you have a board with a number of sort of grooves or pockets in it, and you're moving the beads around the board. Yeah, it's such a cool game that I remember from very early in my life. But I didn't know that there was an Omani version of it. This is Oman, probably, that we're looking for here. A feature of the original Ticket to Ride board is a US map, and then since then they've had other variants that are not American based. And so agile then would be spry. And I love this. This was so great. A lot of nostalgia in this board game puzzle here. We had Clue and a Game of Life and what else? Hungry Hippos and Jenga and chess and Cards Against Humanity and what else? Poker, Twister here, Scrabble, Yahtzee, Settlers of Catan, Mancala, amazing, Pop-O-Matic Trouble, Ants in the Pants, Pictionary, and then going to the Downs, Catchphrase, and Axis and Allies, and Operation, and Mafia, and Blackjack here, and Monopoly. I don't remember if I've already said Monopoly, and Candyland, and Dungeons and Dragons here, and I mean, even like the floor is lava, which is not a that kind of a game, but I mean it's a game. And what laser maze here, euchre and bridge, ticket to ride, musical chairs, and then Gen Con too here. So just a ton of references. I love that they were able to pack so many in here, and brought back a lot of great memories. So yeah, really fun June monthly bonus puzzle family game night. And I hope that you enjoyed. Got a little bit of a trip down memory lane yourself. But that's the June monthly puzzle for today. Great time, and yeah, I'm not sure exactly when I'll upload this, but whenever I do, I hope you enjoy it. Give it a like, or leave a comment if you had a particular connection with any of these answers. And I'll see you for the next solve, whenever that is.